This video will go over how to do a project review in FUDSChem. A FUDSChem project review is a holistic evaluation of the project. It may include previous phases and data provided by previous contractors. It can be adjusted to meet the data quality objectives, DQOs, that are most relevant to the team performing the review. Project reviews can be used to identify any gaps or issues, confirm that progress towards DQOs is on track, and improve the final product. The first step in a project review is understanding what activities have occurred at the site, what is currently proposed or underway, and what the future use of the site will be. This will help us determine if FUDSChem has the data needed to meet our objectives. Once we've determined our objectives, we'll review the EQAP. Go to Reports, Environmental Setup Reports, Project Setup Combined. We go over this report in detail in our Environmental Setup Reports overview videos, linked in the description. This report summarizes the contents of the EQAP and flagging setup. It should match the hard copy UFP QAP. You can review highlighted rows for potential issues. Alternatively, we could review the UFP QAP worksheet reports. We go over them in detail in our UFP QAP worksheet overview video, linked in the description. These summarize the contents of the EQAP in worksheet format, making them easy to compare against a hard copy UFP QAP. We'd note any discrepancies or questions, then start reviewing locations. Under Reports, Data Assessment Reports, choose Sites and Site Location Cross-References. Note any approved locations missing SLX data, and any unapproved SLX or LDI data. Next, under Reports, Data Assessment Reports, choose Locations. Review each page to identify suspect data. Determine if centroid coordinates are being used appropriately. Review Locations Without Measurement data to determine if expected field or lab data needs to be submitted. Note any discrepancies or questions. Lastly, under Reports, Geology Reports, choose Location Detail, Excel format. Here, we can review the locations at the property holistically. Check that northings, eastings, and elevations look consistent across the property. Check that coordinate and elevation methods make sense. Confirm whether the location description includes enough information, especially about placeholder data. For more information on these reports, please review our Quality Data Locations video, linked in the description. We'd note any discrepancies or questions, then review our planning information to make sure nothing fell through the cracks. To do so, go to Reports, Event Tracking Reports, and choose Project Tracking. We go over this report in detail in our Project Tracking Report overview video, linked in the description. Confirm the A steps are complete. Confirm the B steps match expected status. Confirm the key team members are correct. Review project comments and event comments. Note any discrepancies. Next, under Reports, Event Tracking Reports, choose Event Status, Chemistry Detail. Our Quality Data Event Tracking video, linked in the description, goes into more detail. Check that all samples have the expected status or that discrepancies are explained in the sampling status or remarks columns. If there are unplanned samples, we can follow the footnote directions to review those as well. We'd make note of any questions, then move on to Library Review. The library contains the data generator's logs and reports, which can help the project team when questions arise. To review them, go to Reports, Library Reports, and choose Library Index Report. Our Quality Data Library Documentation video, linked in the description, goes into more detail. This report allows you to click on a file title and open the document. We'd review planning documents to ensure the final UFP QAP is loaded. We could review well completion documents and COCs and field logs to make sure all expected supporting documents are present. Note that COCs are usually included in laboratory reports, so they may not be loaded here. Let's choose Laboratory Reports and Data Review Reports. We could compare this with the submission log under Reports, ADR and Submission Reports to make sure each SDG has a corresponding lab report and validation report. We'd note any discrepancies, then review the Data Usability Assessment, DUA. For events that have not begun the DUA, we can identify issues that will need to be resolved as part of the DUA. Go to Tools, Data Usability Assessment. We go into this interface in detail in our Data Usability Assessment video, linked in the description. Screen the event on the Assessment Checklist tab. Review any errors and warnings, and note any data that is under review for rejection. We'd note any discrepancies or questions before moving on. For events that have already completed the DUA, we can see if comments in the DUA checklist are still clear and look for trends over multiple events. Under Reports, Data Usability Assessment Reports, we would run the Data Usability Assessment Summary and the detail reports combined for insight on the data. DUA approval will generate an ESED file that the USACE chemist will submit to eChem. USACE users can check submission status by following the procedure listed in the FUDSChem Government-Only User Manual found under Quick Links. This manual is only accessible to USACE users. Our last step is to export data to Google Earth for visual evaluation. Under Maps, Export to Google Earth, export the data for the project. We go over this in detail in our Quality Data Google Earth videos, linked in the description. Open the file in Google Earth. We'd confirm that the layers found in the UFP QAP are present and that all layers look correct. We'd make sure the locations align with the property and figures in the UFP QAP. Additionally, we can visualize contaminants of concern by going to Maps, Export Chemistry layer to Google Earth. Once the project review is complete, and missing data and oddities have been identified, a variety of actions may be needed, such as recovering missing data, approving files, generating reports and maps, getting events back on schedule, planning for future phases and projects. Becoming aware of what's going on with your project allows you to have better oversight, more control, and ultimately, better data. A project review does not have to wait until the end of a project. A review can be useful at any stage of a project. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.